So, which teams do you think are favorites to win this World Cup? India, New Zealand, Sri Lanka? No. Football World Cup. Let's have a look together then.
Before we begin, I would just like to say that these are the teams that I consider as the top 5 favorites. Let's begin with number 5. We got Spain. If Italy had qualified, I would have put Italy at number 5. But given that they have not, I have put down Spain at this spot. Spain's not an obvious choice though, but hear me out. I believe they have just done enough to warrant a place among the top 5 favorites. The current world number 6 were the semi-finalists of last year's Euros. Moreover, they were the finalists of the UEFA Nations League last year. They got some serious potential in the form of Pedri and Ferran Torres, bolstered with the experience of Alvaro Morata and Dani Carvajal. I will say keep an eye out on this Spanish side. So that's Spain at number 5. At number 4, we have Belgium. Belgium's ranked number 2 in the world. In fact, they were the number 1 ranked team in the world for an extended period of time since 2015 until Brazil overtook them earlier this year. That speaks volumes about how consistent Belgium has been at the international stage. Having said that, they haven't won a single major tournament in their entire footballing history. Their third place finish in Russia in 2018 is their best performance at the competition so far. In 2014, they reached the quarters. In 2018, they reached semis. Who knows, we might see them in the final this time in Qatar. Moreover, they certainly got the team to do it with the usual suspects De Bruyne, Lukaku, Hazard and Courtois among others. Moving on to number 3, we got the reigning world champions France. I would have probably put France at number 2, but given their recent performance, I believe the number 3 spot is right for them. France is looking to win back-to-back World Cups, a feat that has never been achieved by a team since Brazil in 1962, 60 years ago. Although we wait on the word of Paul Pogba's availability, the current world number 4, France, still has Kylian Mbappe, Antoine Griezmann, Hugo Lloris and N'Golo Kante in their ranks. Moreover, they would be hoping that Karim Benzema, who is the favorite to win the Ballon d'Or this year, carries his European form to the World Cup. France also has an X-factor in the form of Ousmane Dembele. Moving on, at number 2, we have got Argentina. France's loss is Argentina's gain, as I got the current world number 3 as the number 2 favorites to win in Qatar. This is mostly because of their unbeaten streak of 35 games. Argentina last lost a game in 2019, over 3 years ago. They are close to beating Italy's record of 37 unbeaten games. Having said that, this streak has given the Argentinian national side the right momentum heading into the World Cup. Needless to say, Argentina's fortunes at the World Cup rest on the shoulders of one man, Lionel Messi. The World Cup in Qatar will be the last for La Pulga, and he would like to finish on a high by going all the way and lift the trophy. Before we find out which team is number 1 on this list, let's have a look at few honorable mentions which are not part of my top 5. In fact, there are 4 of them. We are going to have a look at them one by one. The first team which is not part of my top 5 is Germany. I know what you're saying right now. How can I keep the 4-time world champions out of the top 5? That's because firstly, Germany is going through a rebuild phase. They had a dismal outing in Russia 4 years ago, when they failed to qualify for the round of 16 for the first time since 1938. Secondly, the last few years have not been great for Die Mannschaft either. Last year they lost to England in the Euros round of 16 at Wembley. It was Germany's first loss to England in a knockout game since the World Cup final of 1966, which was also played at Wembley. They are currently ranked 11th in the world. When was the last time you saw Germany this low in the rankings? That's the reason I don't have them in my top 5. Having said that, they are known to rise to the occasion when it comes to big tournaments, especially the World Cup. I'm not counting Germany out. They just don't seem to be the fearsome team that they are known for. Next up, we got England, which again is not part of my top 5. Although England is ranked 5th in the world thanks to their performance in the Euros last year, they are still not part of my top 5. They are a good team, don't get me wrong. I believe the issue with England is, and it has been that for a while, that when it comes to big tournaments, they lack the self-belief. They lack the self-belief to go all the way. They carry too much extra baggage from their past failures, which doesn't allow them to play freely. Up until the time England as a collective unit doesn't get over this psychological roadblock, I don't see them winning anytime soon. Next up, we got Portugal, which is, let me be precise, not part of my top 5. Portugal is currently ranked 9th in the world. They have always been a bits and pieces team for me, and with their current squad even more so. Ronaldo has carried the team for many years now, and you don't expect him at 37 years of age to pull off a performance for the ages. They might go till the quarterfinals, but I don't see them winning the tournament with their current squad. And lastly, we got Croatia, which is again not part of my top 5. The last World Cup's runner-ups, Croatia is today ranked 15th in the world. Although Luka Modric is still there, most among the heroes of that 2018 World Cup campaign, such as Ivan Rakitic and Mario Mandzukic, have retired from international football. So Croatia doesn't make the cut. And now, without further ado, we are going to talk about the number 1 team on this list of the top 5 favorites. We have got the current world number 1 and the perennial favorites to win the World Cup, Brazil. Now, what is there to say about Brazil, whose name is synonymous with football itself, that you don't already know? It was earlier this year that Brazil overtook Belgium to become the number 1 side in the world. This is Brazil's 22nd World Cup appearance. They are the only team that has played in every edition of the World Cup so far, a tournament which they have won a record 5 times. They are the only team to have won the World Cup on 4 different continents, including Asia. In fact, the last triumph came on Asian soil in 2002 during the first World Cup that took place on the continent. However, that was 20 years ago. Brazil has failed to go beyond the semi-finals ever since. Having said that, they are in red hot form. And how can they not be with a squad that comprises of Vinicius Jr., Marquinhos, Thiago Silva, Alisson, Fred, Coutinho, Gabriel Jesus, and last but not the least, Neymar. Brazil is all set to offer us another spectacle at the World Cup this year.
So, whom do you think? Sorry, cricket game. What did I miss?